These are golden nights, no more time to waste. Gotta turn up right, party till the day. These are golden nights, opportunity will wait. Gotta turn up right.
Broadcast live daily from the 71st Cannes Film Festival right after the red carpet, and here in our studio on the French Riviera, The Worth It Show. And now from the Hotel Martinez Beach, here's our host, Jeannie Gardula.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Worth It Show. Hello to our live studio audience, and good evening, Cannes. Hello, hello. We are here on the beautiful Croisette in Cannes for the next 7 nights to celebrate cinema, beauty, and women with great actresses, great directors, and great makeup artists. And all of you will be joining us too. You here in the studio, you over there on the Croisette, and all of you out there in social media land around the world, because you are all very much part of this show as well. Tonight, your questions will be brought to us by our e-chronicler, Xenia Chumi. Hi, Xenia. Welcome to the Worth It Show.
Hi, Jeannie. So happy to be here. Thank you for having me in La Croisette.
You're a Swiss-Italian influencer. You have 6 million followers. You live in London, and you're going to be our link tonight to our online audience.
Indeed. Hi, everybody. Start asking your questions on our social media right below the show using the hashtag #AlwaysWorthItShow. And we're going to be picking questions and answering them live right now.
Xenia, thank you. We're broadcasting live on social media to more than 20 countries worldwide. Let's meet tonight's special guests. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the director of the very first Kenyan feature film set to premiere in Cannes, the sensational Refugee, Wanari Kahiu. Hello. Hello. Please have a seat. The winner of 5 César Awards, 2 Oscar nominations, and an extraordinary double Best Actress prize here in Cannes, Isabelle Adjani. Welcome. Welcome, Isabelle. Welcome, Wanuri. We are so thrilled to have both of you here with us tonight. Isabelle, we've missed you. How does it feel to be back screening a film in Cannes?
Obviously, it feels great. How could it not feel great with people being so nice?
Wanuri, this is, you've been to the festival before, but not with the film. It's your first time actually screening a film. How is it feeling so far? Are you getting a feel of what Cannes is all about?
Absolutely. This is just, it's so beautiful to be here. The weather's fantastic. And it just seems like anything can happen.
It's so great to have both of you here with us tonight. Coming up, Julianne Moore in the Rendezvous. Our up-close and personal interview with the Oscar-winning actress is on the way. Also tonight, Leila Bekti in Beauty versus Cinema. She'll give us her rapid-fire answers to our questions, bringing the two worlds together. And Augustin Trapenard in Men of Worth. In this segment, we'll finally get a chance to ask men the questions women usually get asked. And by the end of tonight's show, Isabelle Adjani will step up to the first of our nightly challenges. To find out just what that might be, you've got to stay tuned. Isabelle, I know you've said that the very first time you came here, you had the feeling that you didn't fit in. What does it mean to you today to be part of what you once called a luxury bacchanal?
Cannes Film Festival is just one of those places that is really hard to describe because it's both hell and paradise. It's divine and it's awful. It's fantastic and it's dreadful. It's just, it's one of those places that make you feel that you're on another planet and that you better adjust quickly and become one of those extraterrians.
Wanuri, what about for you coming to Cannes? Are you more nervous? Everything that this festival represents? Are you just having fun?
Actually, just being here feels like a win. So we're just absolutely excited to be here. We're so anxious to show everybody the film. But right now, we're in full celebration mode.
Glad to hear it. We'll take a moment now to meet the incredible Val Garland, who is our makeup artist extraordinaire. And she's going to be joining us every night on the show for a magical moment with one of you. So stand by, you might get picked. Hi, Val.
Hi, Jeannie. Woo! I'm so excited to be here. I'm so excited to share with you the makeup from Isabelle on the red carpet tonight that I'm going to be doing on the lovely Aurelie. It's called Dark Romance, so it's like a new take. It's a modern smoky, so watch this space. I'll come back.
All right, Val, we're going to let you get to work there on Aurelie. We'll be checking back in with you as the show progresses. Thank you so much again for sharing your expertise. I'm going to turn now to Wannery. Let's talk a bit more about Refugee. This film, everyone should know, this film is actually making history here in Cannes. It's the very first film from Kenya ever to be screened at the festival. In addition to that, it's getting lots of buzz. You were saying before, it feels a little bit like a victory. Is that really what it is? Will you be okay if you walk away without winning anything?
Absolutely. I think it's just a win to be here. I think just being acknowledged, especially as a small emerging film market, it's a huge thing. We've been working so hard to be recognized as a Kenyan film industry, and now we're adding to cinematic history. There's absolutely nothing more you can ask for.
It's great. Congratulations for that. The film's inspired by a short story called Jambula Tree. It's a love story between two Ugandan girls. What was it about this story that said to you, that's what I want to make next?
I wanted to make a love story more than anything. There's not enough African love stories. And it's time that we saw Africans falling in love. Because when I was growing up, all I saw was Europeans and Americans falling in love and never any Africans. So it really is time for us to show that we fall in love like anybody else, anywhere else in the world.
I had a chance to see Refugee. It's also a portrayal of the politics of Kenya, the society, everything that's going on there today.
I think life is politics. Anytime you have a real character, you'll have politics around it because of where they live, who they are, what language they speak. So because life is political, the film can be construed as political, but we just think of it as a coming-of-age love story.
You're also part of a new generation of African filmmakers. When you think back to when you were a girl, what was it that made you want to become a director?
I just wanted to tell stories that reflect the place that I come from, and the place that I come from is full of love and joy and hope. And I wasn't seeing images of love and joy and hope coming from Africa. And it was incredibly important for me to tell those stories, stories that make you laugh, stories that make you fall in love, stories that give you hope. And that's what we did.
Isabelle, you've seen Refugee. Tell me.
I haven't.
Oh.
I'd love to.
Oh,
I
dear,
can't
okay.
wait to see it.
I highly recommend it. It's a wonderful
yes,
film.
I'm sure. I'm full of admiration for her. She's a great director.
Wannery, you have called yourself in the past a responsible creator. What does that mean exactly?
I've called myself an Afro bubblegum creator, which means I believe...
Afro bubblegum.
Yes, it means fun, fierce, and frivolous African art. Art that has no agenda, art that is not trying to push any policy, but just imagination art for art's sake.
And if you were to tell our audience here tonight, what would be the most important thing about making this movie for you? What was it, again, for you that said, this is the movie that I want to bring to Cannes?
This is such a feminine representation of Africa, and it's just such young energy. And if there's anything we want to leave behind in Cannes, it's a piece of our youth and a piece of just how thrilling and exciting we are as young African women. And that's what I want to leave behind, a strong sense of us.
Thank you so much. We'll now give the floor to the men of worth. We're going to focus first on Augustin Trapenard. Now, if you don't know him, he is the host of the film show Le Cercle here in France. He's also a member of the Critics' Week jury at the festival, and it's now his turn to answer questions that women usually get asked.
I'd say I'd like to be a subject of desire. Am I? Well, it would be shocking to say it had. It's always more difficult for women, I think, and it has to change. Haha. I've always tackled the feminist question as a political question, and to me, being a feminist is challenging, defying, trying to question all the norms and all the discriminations. And I'm a feminist. I consider myself as a feminist, and I'm proud to be. A temptress with a scarlet letter. Need a little guilt.
Augustin Trapenard, Men of Worth. Isabelle, could you see Augustin playing a temptress like he just said?
No, I haven't had the pleasure to see that yet. No.
Is Augustin Trapenard someone you know?
I have been interviewed by him once, yes, and I like him. I think he's a great journalist. I mean, he's got a great show on the radio.
And a charming guy.
Yes, very, very, extremely charming. Very good looking.
Xenia, what's been happening on the social network so far?
I am looking at it right now. It's exploding. Everybody's commenting, so many questions and posts and hashtags. And I have found one that is really interesting for you both, I think. It's by Davy Sok, and she's asking, who are the women who you admire today? And who are your best friends in the industry? So either of you can answer, or both.
Isabelle, do you want to start?
Well, I consider myself a friend of women. I mean, for we a woman is a friend. So actresses are my friends, even though I don't know all of them because we don't have very many opportunities to get together. And but I have very good friends like Mélanie Laurent, like Amira Kazar. I mean, if people are interested in knowing who I go out to dinner with.
I think everyone's interested in that.
It's funny. And yes, and I admire women like Miss Caillou, who's just, so incredibly dedicated to showing her country and the women in her country differently. And that's what we need, because we always get like, testimonies, that are like completely, that are just, can be really sad. And how do you say that? Preconceived. I'm sorry. I've been doing a lot of things today, so I'm pretty. It's
intense.
Pretty tired.
No, it's true. The days here are intense, as we were saying before. Wondery, how about you? Who are women that you admire today in the entertainment industry? Who you'd like to work with?
I have to say that one of the women that I admire the most, Ava DuVernay, is here at the festival.
Yes.
And she's just such an inspiration. The way she photographs people, I think she does it with such a respectful, loving lens. And everybody just looks glorious, and they feel honored in her films. It just takes my breath away.
Ava DuVernay, who directed recently A Wrinkle in Time, and who's a member of the jury here in Cannes as well. We're now going to take a little moment to focus on another segment we've created for you in this show. It's an up-close and personal interview. It's called The Rendezvous. This is a very exclusive interview that's filmed for the first time ever on the world-famous red steps of Cannes. This evening, we're going to meet Julianne Moore. Julianne Moore, the Best Actress winner here in Cannes for Maps to the Stars, sat down with us and shared with us some of her secrets.
I think it's really, really important as a person who lives in the world to have some responsibility for it. If you're waiting for somebody else to do it, that's a mistake. I talk about that a lot to my children. I talk about that with my friends, about what responsibility do we have to the world. So I brought my kids into it. They came to marches with me. My daughter is starting a club at her school. So I wanted to teach them this, and I taught them this, I think, by modeling that behavior, by saying, this is something we're going to do, this is something that I do, this is something you can become involved with. A friend of mine made a t-shirt that was incredibly effective, and it said, "Vote like a mother" on it. So that kind of responsibility that you have as a citizen is reflected in the things that you do every day as a mother. You know, I have a son who's 20 and I have a daughter who's 16, and I don't discriminate. I want the same world for them. I want them to have the same opportunities, the same kind of education, the same advantages everywhere. The world that they're going to inhabit, they're going to inhabit together with their partners, with their children. You know, this is a world for all of us. Human beings are worth it to me. I think that's the essence of that saying, you know, I'm worth it. Everybody's worth it. And every time you have a moment to stop and say like, oh, this is valuable, you know, this has worth, it's good for us, it's good for all of us.
Julianne Moore in The Rendezvous. Very exclusive interview, believe it or not, for the first time ever on the red steps. It's pretty incredible. Tomorrow, Isabelle, you're going to be in the hot seat in The Rendezvous, and we're looking forward to what we're going to hear about what you'll say tomorrow, but I'm going to take advantage a bit of the fact that you're here with me tonight. I know you know Julianne Moore. Tell us a bit more about her. What's she like?
I don't know her that well. I just adore her as an actress, that's for sure. Actually, my son, Gabriel Kane, knows her far better than I do because she's very close to his dad's family and to his dad, Daniel Day-Lewis, and actually my son was did a podium. I mean, as a model with her for Karl Lagerfeld, the Chanel show. So he was very impressed by the way she taught him to behave like as professional as he could. So that's, and when I saw Julianne recently, I told her, well, actually, I know about you through my son.
Did you ever have words of wisdom for your son, advice, anything in particular that you shared with him that you think has helped him in his life today? His career today?
I don't know if this has been very effective so far because of how sad sometimes his girlfriends can seem to be. But I always taught him to be incredibly as respectful to women as he could and not to behave like you know, one of those.
That is wonderful advice. I hope all of the mothers out there give the same wise advice that Isabelle Adjani did. Tell us a bit about someone perhaps in the business and the entertainment industry who's been very influential on you and in your career.
Well, my very first job, I made a behind-the-scenes documentary for a director called Philip Noyce. And I was working on the behind-the-scenes documentary of Catch a Fire. And watching him direct and his ability to tell story was extraordinary. And it really affirmed in me the need to tell stories right and the need for diverse voices. And that's what he was doing with his work, and that's what I aspire to do with my own work.
Do you find it's so... Yes, let's congratulate her. Do you find you seem so poised, so sure of yourself, having this movie here in Cannes? Are you a bit of a fangirl at all? Is there anyone here in Cannes that you're dying to meet?
Absolutely. I'm so excited about the Spike Lee movie because I've been such a fan growing up. I mean, Do the Right Thing was it changed my understanding of film and my inclusion in film. So, yeah, I would be geeked out to meet Spike Lee.
Oh, that would be wonderful. I hope that kind of thing happens. And wondering, when we look at the different films that you've made over your career, it's a very eclectic group of films. I mean, here you have this story about these two girls who are falling in love in Nairobi. You've also done something about robots?
I've written a short story about robots that I'm now adapting into a feature film, but I have done a science fiction film in the past. And it's definitely one of the genres that I'm very, very interested in pursuing and telling stories in that way.
Do you think it's difficult? There's not a lot of female science fiction directors out there. Do you think women can bring something different? Or why do you think women haven't been directing that many science fiction movies?
I think that it's just access sometimes. And now we know that we have the platform, we know we have the power, and we know that we will be heard. Because we're making ourselves heard. We're standing up and being... We're here. and we're proud to be here. And that's why it's so glorious to be in this Cannes of 2018, where there's a record number of women in certain regard, and across the platforms, and even the jury is just fantastically women.
Isabelle, do you feel?
It's actually so beautiful to hear such enthusiasm.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's really inspiring. Thank you.
Do you feel like we are at a watershed moment in the entertainment industry? Given how Cannes has changed so much since last year in the industry?
Oh, I don't know about Cannes changing. It's a different festival every year, but it's also like a permanent, eternal, destination of dream for movie directors and actors and actresses, and it's like the big event that we all fear and dream of. But actually, what's changing is mostly what women directors, what actresses can bring into the world for others. I mean, we are visible women, but we are meant to be there for invisible women. And
Waneri, I know you have to go in just a minute, but one more question before you do. Many of the people who are here tonight, perhaps out on the Croisette or in the audience, a lot of them are aspiring filmmakers as well. If you had a piece of advice to give to them to end up where you are today, here with a movie in Cannes, what would that one piece of advice be?
Just make films. If you want to make films, make films. If you want to write, write. Whatever you want to do, just do it. That's it.
Okay, thank you so much. Waneri actually has to leave us because she has to attend a screening of her film tonight, Refugee. I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much for joining us for this very first Worth It show. Ladies and gentlemen, Waneri Caillou. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's give her another round of applause. Waneri Caillou, the director of Refugee.
alone with you now.
I'm going to talk to you about you. You're here. Yeah, we're going to a lot more to talk about. You're here in Cannes for your role in Le Monde est à toi, or The World is Yours. It's one of the most anticipated films in the director's fortnight. You've always been very selective in your choices. What would you say has been the boldest choice that you've ever made, or something that you're most proud of, a choice that you're most proud of today?
You mean in the choice in choosing movies?
In movies or in life?
Oh, life, my God, that's a long story.
Let's start with life.
I take like several, shows to go through that. Movies, maybe when I was not so secure with my body and not so secure at all. Maybe when I did a film called L'été meurtrier, One Deadly Summer, I had to be naked in the film. That was a huge challenge for me because this was like nothing ever possible for me as a young woman, because my father, who never saw the film actually, would have been like totally mad at me.
Why?
And because for him to be an actress was already like a strange choice to be accepted. I mean, this was like when those parents, he was part of these parents that don't want you to go, expose your femininity into a world that is like, that has predation. And so it took a lot of courage. It took a lot of boldness to actually be naked. And I remember the director being so aware of it and being so kind and asking me if I wanted to have I had to go down some stairs and totally naked with high heels, which was really something.
I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy.
That's right. And he asked me if I wanted to wear a jacket, a shirt, and I said no. I don't want to betray the part. I don't want to betray the novel that's the film is based on, and I want to respect the script. So I really tried to hang in there until all the way.
Do you still have moments like that today sometime where the woman that many people even call an icon, Isabelle Adjani, look at it as someone who might have moments of doubt as well, or moments where you just are like, I got to get myself up and out there?
Oh, to empower yourself doesn't mean that you are like in full power every day and all the time. It's just it's something that you learn and that you doubt that you've really learned over time, and it takes a very, very long time to define yourself as who you really are. And what's the song, you know, by there's this song. Oh shoot! Sorry.
That's okay. You can hum it.
You know those lyrics when she says, "I am who I am, and I don't need any excuses for
I
who I am."
am who I
That's
am.
right.
That's it. And what I am.
That's
needs
right.
no excuses.
That's right.
That's
Exactly.
wonderful.
It takes a long time to get there.
You've worked with so many great directors in your career, everyone from François Truffaut to Luc Besson to Patrice Chéreau, but you once said that your real wish, and I'm quoting, so I hope this is accurate, was a wonderful man who would bring you a wonderful part, like a 2-in-1 shampoo. Have you found that new shampoo?
No, I haven't.
Oh.
I love that. Yes, it's very. Yeah, that's fun. I love to.
We were talking before about Eva DuVernay, a woman director. You haven't worked with that many female directors yourself. Who inspires you as an actress, a woman, someone you'd perhaps like to work with?
Actually, I have worked with quite a few women directors, French women directors, and it's always quite an experiment. I love their vision, and I also love actresses who become directors and make, there's always something inspiring for actresses. I've never dared start making a film, and I should listen to this advice. If you want to do it, just do it. If you want to make a movie, make a movie.
Would you? Is that on your bucket list,
Why
as we
not?
say?
Why not? I just have to to make the leap,
Yeah.
I do.
It's a huge leap of faith. Well, we wish it for you if that's what you would like.
Well,
That'd be
thank you.
wonderful.
Thank
Let's
you.
give her a round of applause, Isabelle Adjani. Isabelle, please stay with us again a few minutes more. We're going to go check back in with Zania and with Val. How are you guys doing over there?
Oh, so many empowering things I'm hearing from you girls. I'm inspired, and for sure, the right makeup can make you feel empowered. I'm here with Val at the beauty salon, and how is it going with Orly?
It's going absolutely fantastically well. I've just applied 2 colours from the Petit Palette collection. I've chosen the chocolatey brown to bring out the chocolate brown of her irises. And I've just blended some black close to the lash line to really intensify that smoky look. I'm now going to take a mascara. I'm going to take the Unlimited mascara, and this is a very special mascara because it's been sort of it's based on techniques that we do backstage as makeup artists. Like your backstage makeup artists always bend the brush. They bend the brush so that you can get right into those nitty gritty little short hairs. Because women often ask me, how can I get the best out of my mascara? What is the best way to apply it? And I always say, if you're doing it yourself at home, look down into the mirror, and then you can really see how close to get you can really get the mascara very, very close to the lash line. And it's good using the bendy brush. And then this mascara is great because it really stretches the lashes. Then when you want to get to the bottom lashes, you go back to the straight brush. And
It's incredible. I always get mascara under my eye.
Okay, yeah.
And this bendy brush, it's the secret. It's the tip.
I think
we were
it's a very
looking
good
for
tip.
a secret from a professional and a star. So
But I've doesn't her skin look amazing? It looks fantastic.
So guys, don't hesitate to ask Val Garland your makeup questions like I did while standing here. You can just pop it under the video. You can ask it on social media, on L'Oréal Paris, and I am already reading some of them. So one of them is saying, Camille Percipied is saying, how can she choose the right lipstick color?
I think the best way to choose the right lipstick colour is to find a colour that you like and then apply that colour in natural light. And when you see the colour in natural light, you can see how it's really going to look on your complexion. You know, if it blends in well with your complexion, it's a winner. If it looks wrong, you'll know immediately if it's wrong.
Thank you, Val. I'll leave you to it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Enya. Thank you, Val. While they're working on that, we're now going to focus on another great French actress. This is Leila Bekti, who's here in Cannes to present Le Grand Bain, a film in English. It's called Sink or Swim. This is a star-studded comedy that made the official selection in Cannes. Leila is now going to play our beauty versus cinema quiz. Some quick questions with short answers, both about beauty and cinema. And you can play too by posting your own answers. Let's go.
Un color riche nude et un liner. Tous les films avec Jean-Pierre Bacry. L'effet glowy. Un documentaire, ni juge ni soumise. Seule devant la glace, mais mes copines derrière qui me disent « Ouais, non, c'est pas bien comme ça ». Les deux. De rouge à lèvres et de liner. Tous les films de Sauté, tous les films de Jawi Bacry, tous les films de Scorsese. Ouais, je suis une vraie collectionneuse. La première fois que j'ai réussi à me faire mon liner seule comme une grande maquilleuse. Quand j'ai pu parler pendant 1 heure à Cannes avec Ken Loach, l'un de mes réalisateurs préférés, et je lui ai pas dit que j'étais comédienne. Je voulais juste parler en tant que spectatrice avec lui. Salé. Sucré.
Leila Bekti. Leila Bekti will be here with us in the studio tomorrow, so you get a chance to ask her your questions as well. Isabelle, earlier when we started this show, I mentioned that we're going to try and do a challenge every night. You have very graciously accepted this challenge, I hope. It's not that hard. Don't worry. We did do a bit of research. We found out that you have a hidden talent for languages. So we're going to go...
No, not that much.
Oh.
No, I have
Tell me.
My little talent for you tonight is trying to make my voice sound like Donald Duck.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
All right, can I hear it?
Okay.
Wait, just so I want to make sure everyone understood. Isabelle said she's going to make her voice sound like Donald Duck. I'm ready. Go ahead. Please.
Oh, well, the problem is that I need to put my hands in front of my face to do that.
I can help. I can help.
I can't do both. I'm not Shiva.
All right,
yet.
here we go. I
don't
think
have
this is
the
a first
7
in
arms.
television.
Oh, well, yes, it is.
Okay.
I'll tell you that. Forgive me if that's not perfect. I'm not going to be hired by Disney right after that, but...
Can you do
I'll
Mickey
do my
Mouse
best.
after? Oh my gosh.
It's amazing.
I think that is the funniest thing. Thank you so much. Isabelle Adjani as Donald Duck.
At least
Thank you.
being
That-
tired can help sometimes to
I'm
be
telling
uninhibited,
you,
too.
it's wonderful. Isabelle, can I still do my language challenge? Can we try, please?
I can't do that. I haven't learned my lines
All right.
well enough.
That's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
But just, I did understand though. Just one last thing to say. Your French is not your mother tongue.
Well, actually, my mother was German, so German was my first language, my mother tongue. But I haven't been. I actually shot a film in German, Nosferatu, by Werner Herzog. But I don't get the opportunity to speak German very often. I just have to retrain myself.
And of course, your English is so wonderful. It's such a
Thank
pleasure
you.
to have a French actress who speaks such wonderful English.
Thank
So
you.
thank you so much for
Well, thank
sharing that
you.
with us tonight. Really, thank you so much. Another language, of course, is the language of beauty. And speaking of, we're going to check back in with Val. Val, how's it going?
It's going fabulous. Doesn't she look gorgeous? I've just finished applying her lip, and I think you can see that. I think you can see that it's a look from the red carpet that you can take home.
Val, thank you so much. Val and Aurélie, can both of you come on the set? please come on the set and join us. Just to wrap up the end of the show, there we can see the before and the after. We'll have a look at what Aurélie's look looks like next to Isabelle Adjani.
Thank you, Aurélie. Thank you. That's so pretty. And thank you so much, guys, for all of your questions and comments. And even after this is over, you can still pop your questions and comments under the hashtag #WorthItShow. And simply put, keep expressing yourselves.
Thank you, Xenia. That is a very good thing to say. Keep expressing yourselves. Thank you to Xenia for being with us today. We're going to stay on top of what you've been doing on social media, so keep it up. Thank you so much. Val Garland, thanks so much to you. So much fun. So much fun, lots of great advice, and we're going to see you again tomorrow, so very much looking forward to that. Aurélie, thank you so much for coming in. Merci beaucoup à vous. Dark romance on both of you, and of course, such a huge thank you to Isabelle Adjani. You can watch the show anytime on YouTube. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place for another Worth It show. Bye.